Alright, let's talk about 5 color mana bases. So I'm going to be building Reaper King as my new token deck. And, well, he's 5 colors. I've got another 5 color deck, which is Kenrith, the Return King. And the way I solve that is I'm just using basic lands. Kenrith has 7 of each basic land, so 35 basics. And then he has a Cascading Cataracts, Thawing Glaciers, and a Fabled Passage. In the deck is a back to basics, so if it's in play, non-basic lands do not untap during their controller's untap steps. And so far it's working okay. So far I've got enough things to find basics that Kenrith is alright with it, but with Reaper King I'm going to be trying a more traditional 5 color mana base using a shitload of non-basics. This is the reason I'm doing this, let's go back. So Saskia was my token deck, but the way I built the deck and the way I want to play the deck is not, they don't mesh, they don't jive. Saskia wants me to attack, I want to attack, but the tokens, it's far more efficient to have them come into play and have Perforos, Impact Tremors, War Leader's Helix, something like that, and deal damage equal to my opponents, to have Nadir's Nightblade and sacrifice tokens, sacrifice treasures, creatures to Goblin Bombardment and other effects, in order to deal damage to my opponents that way also. So I'm not really attacking. So I'm going to take Saskia apart, take out all the token generation stuff. Look, this is Reaper King.
But why are they gonna take apart
Saskia?
Who's Saskia?
She's Saskia.
Why are you gonna take her apart?
Because I just explained, didn't you hear me? The way I built the deck as a token deck.
Wait, that's a girl?
That's a girl, it's a warrior woman.
What the?
She's like a Scandinavian tough farmer warrior chick with a big axe.
I think that should be a guy.
That is a guy.
No, I mean she should be a guy.
Well, she's not. She's not a guy.
I think just women shouldn't do this sort of stuff, go into wars.
No, they shouldn't, but sometimes they do. Not very often. Very rarely, but sometimes they do. But anyway, the deck is, the way I built it, it's not working the way I want to play it. So I'm going to take that element out and make Reaper King. Reaper King is this guy.
What a disgusting...
He's a scarecrow. He's a 5 color artifact scarecrow.
What is it? Where is his head?
This is his head. See, and here's his arm. Well, he's a scarecrow. What do you expect?
I expect him to be...
He's got kind of a pumpkin head.
Well, I expect him to... So you can actually see where's his head, where's his body.
There's his... I can see his head. I can see his body. This is his arm.
What a weirdo.
Yep.
What a fucking weirdo.
But with him, if I have something called Masquerade Nexus, whenever I play creatures, I get to blow something up because they'll come into play as scarecrows. If I have Masquerade Nexus, yep, boom.
And he explodes his pumpkin head. Boom.
Yep, but the first thing I need to figure out is the mana base, the land base. So what I'm thinking for the mana base is these are all the cards from Saskia. Obviously, I need to extend it. I'm thinking of putting in triomes. I have 5 to choose from. Let me rephrase that. I have 3 on hand, and there are 5 I would put in. I wouldn't put in the New Capenna triomes because to me they, like the training grounds, it has a ring, a boxing ring, in a warehouse. That does not say mountain, swamp, whatever the hell it is to me. It does not. So I'm not going to use a New Capenna this. I mean, I can believe that's a swamp forest island. I can believe that's an island mountain plains, but a fucking boxing ring in a warehouse? No. So what I'll do is get the other 2 Coria triomes I don't have. Put those in. Guy's Cradle will stay because tokens. Fountain Part will stay, tokens. The basic lands, so I have to shift those around because I'm going to add blue, which I haven't pulled them yet. I've not pulled the blue shock lens or fetch lens yet because I'm still thinking of how to do that. And I have to pull them out of my modern collection because I don't have any extra blue shocks or fetches in my EDH collection. And what I'm thinking is if I use all the shocks, all the fetches, that's 20. And then the triomes, that's 25. That only leaves me with 13 other lands if I do all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, I guess it works. I mean, I've got no room for basics, which could blow me out. I want to have at least one basic land of each color. So if somebody Pat exiles one of my creatures, somebody does some bullshit like that, I can go get a land. I'm not blown out. So back to my thought. My idea is to have only 5 fetch lands. Because the shocks, I mean, when they come into play, if I need them untapped, they're going to do 2 points of damage to me. I'm going to have more life gain in this deck. The fetches, having 10 fetches, it sounds like a great idea, but maybe it's overkill. So what if I just put in either the cons or the MH2 fetches? So what if I just put in the MH2, which is Arid Mesa, Marsh Flats, Verdant Catacombs, Scalding Tarn, and blue-green Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest. So if I do that, get the 2 blue, okay, get the 2 triomes, okay, there's 10 shocks, which is a lot. I actually started also thinking maybe what I should do is just pull. I own one of each dual land. I own one of each dual land with 1 extra tropical island and 1 extra taiga. And I was thinking I would just pull them all out of the decks that they're in for Reaper King because the shock lands can really hurt me with so many. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it works. Maybe I should get a Amulet of Vigor so they'll come into play untapped. So I could play them tapped, Amulet of Vigor will untap them, if that's the way it works. If it works like that with it. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not positive. Right. So how is this going to do on my colors? One of the problems is, and let me show you some of the cards. Okay, Increasing Devotion, if I run that, that's 2 white. What else is going to be a problem? Urbrask won't be in there because I won't need the haste. Let's see. March the Multitude, I need 2 white. If I run Counterspell, I'm going to have blue, so I'm going to be running Counterspells. If I run Counterspell, I need double blue, and I'll need it reliably. So getting the single colors won't be so bad. I'm going to put Calculating Lich in the token deck just as an alternate way of dealing damage. So if I've got a bunch of tokens and the opportunity presents itself, I will attack. It will not be the main idea of the deck, it will not be the main theme, main win condition of the deck as I tried to do, because it's not playing that way very well. But it'll be a secondary option. Dictate of Erebos, I need double black for that. Conduit of Worlds, I'm not sure if, I'll probably put that into Saskia. He is going to help, he will go into Reaper King. I will need to get another one for Saskia. Saskia is not going to be rebuilt anytime soon. Reaper King is going to come online much sooner. I've already ordered his Arcane Denial. I want to get him a Glendale and an Archmage. So all the cards for him that I want for him will be available within a week. So I can build him relatively quick. Saskia, I still have to decide what I'm going to do. I'm thinking creatures of shadow. I'm thinking creatures of evasion. I will put in a Douthie Embrace. Douthie Embrace is 2 colorless, 1 black for an enchantment where you spend 2 black, target creature gains shadow until end of turn. The tokens, just throwing out naked tokens, 1/1s, even if they have Death Touch with Kaya, it's insufficient. So I'm going to go with Saskia with just bigger creatures and do that and see if that works. Right, so where are we? So if I get 2 more Triomes, that'll be 5. I've got the 2 fetch lands in my modern collection. I'll have to pull them out. That'll be 10. 10 shock lands. That'll be 20. So 20 lands. I kind of want to put the Taiga and the Bayou into different decks. I don't necessarily want to put them in the Reaper King because I think I'm going to need double blue and double white a hell of a lot more than I'm going to need red and green. Even though these won't hurt me, maybe I should replace Stomping Ground with Taiga, replace Overgrown Tomb with the Bayou. I might do that. I'm still finalizing the idea of the mana base. So here's 20. Fountain Port 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I probably don't need that in a token deck. 26, that'll pull 2 lands at once. I'm going to have a lot of lands coming in play tapped. Really don't need that in Reaper King. This is good. It's basically a command tower that comes to play tapped. 27. Yeah, Rainbow Bell. 28. Won't need this. That'll be more for Saskia. Got my Incredible Growth. Probably more for Saskia. More for Saskia. So I think I was at 28. That's 10 shocks, 5 fetches, 5 of that's 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yep, 28. So that actually that's a good number, 28. So if I put in 10 basics, bang, it's done. 30, 2, 3, 4. What am I missing? 28, 29, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. 2 islands. Okay, so that's the mana base. That's what I think I'll run with. See if it works. So I'll need to acquire those, 2 more of those, the missing ones, pull the fetches, pull the shocks, and then Reaper King's mana base is sorted, so then I just need to sort the cards. I've already sort of done that. But let's go through. What am I definitely going to put in from this? Let's just start at the top. Let's start at the bottom. Okay, Pitiless Plunder. Yep. Calculating Lich. Yep. Nadger's Nightblade. Dictative Erebos. Bitter Blossom. And yes, this is not the most efficient card. Let's do this. Let's put in 10 black cards. Let's put in 10 cards of each color and see where I am. So that's 5 black. Do I have 10 black cards that I wanted to put in this deck? Huh, I don't. So let's go with 10 green. I'm sure I can hit 10 green pretty quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's the ramp suite. I should put another ramp card, finish out the ramp suite. I'm jumping from 2 for Nature's Lore and 3 visits up to 4 immediately with Sky Shard Claim and Tempt with Discovery. So I need to put in Cultivate Kodama's Reach, at least one of each. Let's set that to the side. Let's count the red. What do I have for red? 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 red cards. It didn't have a lot of red. Any red cards up in here? Nope. How about white? Whitish Beauty. I won't need Sun Titan, I don't think, in Reaper King. I won't have that many permanents that'll be losing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. So some of the missing black and red cards would be replaced by white, which of course makes the mana base harder to sort out. I can't do it just evenly because I won't need that much red. But I do need double black there, double black there. Let's take a look at the artifacts. What artifacts are definitely going in? Mana rocks, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll put in Armillary Sphere because it's color agnostic. As I explained with Saskia before, I want at least one color agnostic method of finding the lands, which I would sacrifice that, so that leads me to believe maybe I should have the Sun Titan in there. I'll figure out Sun Titan later. So what am I up to? 5. This is 12, so that's 17. 20. 22, 4, 6, 8, 32, 4, 5, 35. I'm at 35 cards so far. I don't have any of the blue, so let's count. I'm at 45 cards. If I've got 38 land and Reaper King, that leaves me with 61 cards. Minus 45, so that's 16. I've got 16 cards I can put in. What am I definitely going to board a wipe? I'm going to want that. So that's down to 15. Not worried about haste because attacking is not my primary plan. Perforos, Impact Tremors, War Leader's Call. That brings me down to 11. So there's 11 cards I could put in. Balin is fantastic. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7. 6, 5. I can put in 5 more cards. And some of these are, okay, they're really good. Let's just put Saskia aside. They're really good. But they're more for the attack idea. And actually, okay, I've got 5 more cards. Well, that's the ramp suite and Conduit of Worlds right there. If I take out Conduit, that's the ramp suite. That's the deck. I just had to add those 10 blue cards. Okay, so Reaper King is shaping up. Let's see how many independent of an outside influence token generators I have. How many things, and I'm counting that because if my opponents don't have an artifact, I can't use it. So what do I have that generates tokens without an outside influence? That needs an outside influence. Tempt with Money makes a token, at least. I would get at least one, which is not very impressive. Okay, the Elspeths. Tempt with Vengeance, that is pay mana. Scoot Swarm, I need Landfall, which would argue for having 10 fetch lands, or at least some way to get them back. So it argues, Scoot Swarm argues for the inclusion of the Sun Titan or Conduit Worlds, or something that will get my lands back. I will have to consider that. No outside influence, no outside influence. It has to be in response to some kind of an attack. So in this deck, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I have 11 token generation cards that do not require an outside influence. As part of the blue suite, I will put in an Archaeomancer. Archaeomancer comes into play, gets back an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. So she can get back March of the Multitudes, Grand Crescendo, Tent with Bunnies, Tent with Vengeance. She can get back some stuff. I like it so far. I like the way it's shaping up. I just need to put in the red. Screw you guys. When creatures come into play, you're going to get hurt real bad. The Masquid Nexus. I can't forget the Masquid Nexus. Let me do that right now, since I've got my big book of EDH cards open. Where is my Nexus? Let's see. I'm pretty sure I put it back in here. I don't think I have it in my box of extra cards. Oh, there's my Oblivion Stone. Dark Steel Ingot. Maybe I should, yeah. Because I'm not doing the attack, I'm not worried about making them bigger. That should go in. I don't see my damn Masquid Nexus in my book. So it must be in my little box. Excuse me. Oh, there it is. There it is, Masquid Nexus. So there we go. There we go, it's shaping up nicely. I'm gonna fuck somebody's day up.